Now, Ukraine's central bank held interest rates steady as well this week, even as controversy swirls around its anti-corruption reforms. But the stakes? Well, billions in global aid and Ukraine's path to recovery. On July 24th, Ukraine's central bank kept its key interest rate unchanged at 15.5%, the third straight meeting with no movement expected by analysts. The decision signals a cautious strategy aiming to balance inflation control, which is currently near 12%, with support for a war-stressed economy. The National Bank of Ukraine also lowered its economic forecast, citing impact from the war, supply chain issues and inflationary pressures. This move comes as Ukraine prepares for critical new loan negotiations with the International Monetary Fund. Now, Ukraine is seeking new support from the IMF to help fill a widening budget gap. The current $15.5 billion IMF program, which was launched in 2023, has already disbursed $10.6 billion, but it ends in 2027. New talks are underway to secure additional financing. Donors have they've pledged to only about half of the $75 billion. Ukraine says it needs through 2026, that is, raising urgency for a fresh IMF deal. So this new program would aim to secure fiscal stability, manage debt and anchor continued reform. But looming over these talks is a political storm. On the 22nd of July, Volodymyr Zelensky signed a law stripping key powers from Ukraine's main anti-corruption bodies. Oversight shifted to Prosecutor General, sparking fears of political interference. Now, these agencies were central to Ukraine's post-2014 reform efforts and to winning trust from the EU and G7 countries. Mass protests erupted across cities, including Kyiv, even as missile sirens rang out. The agency had probed senior officials, including a deputy prime minister. This backlash has been swift. The IMF called the law very problematic, warning it could undermine economic stability, as well as funding for the future prospects as well. The EU and G7 voiced similar concerns, and the OECD officials have also raised concerns and have cautioned that it may deter international investment. Facing pressure, Zelensky announced that he would submit a new bill to restore the independence. However, doubts do remain. The controversy risks complicating loan talks and damaging Ukraine's credibility with its partners. With global funding on the line and reforms under fire, Ukraine, of course, faces a pivotal test, one that could reshape its war economy, its Western alliances, and, of course, its long-term recovery. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.